Okay, this week for our Tramp classes, here are some warm-up ideas. You can have your kids try a candle roll, toes up to the ceiling, and then back up to their feet, arms on their ears. And then you can also have them try a prone fall, starting on their knees, arms straight out in front of you. Fall, bend your elbows, chest to the ground, also turning your head to the side to make sure that we don't smash our face on the floor. This week on Double Mini for our trampoline classes, we're going to be playing Stick It. So you can have your kids run to the mini, do some straight jumps to a skill off, and they'll stick it. Then they get to move on to the next skill. And then if they don't stick it, we're going to have them do some sort of conditioning. For example, 5 jumping jacks, 3 push-ups, 2 sit-ups, anything of your choosing, and then they get to try again. Have them move on each skill each time, though. They don't need to be stuck on the same one. This week on Floor for our Tramp intros, we're going to be working on our baby kick to handstand. So you can have them try like this, finishing arms on their ears, and then you can also have them try clicking their feet together and coming back up to the top, focusing on not too much kick so that we don't fall over. Our second floor station this week for Tramp intros is going to be a really long forwards roll down a cheese mat to a stand and finish arms on ears. Our last station for our Tramp intros is going to be a jump half turn off of a box, slowly rolling down into a candle with our arms down by our sides, getting our toes up to the ceiling, and standing back up to finish with our arms on our ears. On floor for our Tramp intros, we're also going to be working on our cartwheel station. You can have them go hands on the orange, kick their feet over. If a kid can do a cartwheel on the floor, feel free to have them do it that way, whatever is easiest for them. This week for Tramp Inter, we're going to be working on our baby kick to handstand, starting with our arms on our ears, taking a nice big step into our baby handstand like this, finishing arms on ears. You can also have them try one more time to kick their feet together, finishing arms on ears and landing in a lunge. This week for our second floor station on Tramp Inters, we're going to be working on our dive roll down a cheese mat, jump, reach, and stand to finish arms on ears. And our last one for our Tramp Inters is going to be a jump half turn off the boxes, into a candle roll, arms on their ears, toes to the ceiling, coming back up to their feet and finishing with their arms on their ears. This week for our Tramp Inters, we're also going to be working on our cartwheel, focusing on landing in a lunge. Obviously, if a kid can't do a cartwheel, you can use a box or anything that they need to progress. This week for Tramp Intro, we're going to be working on our hand knee jump. Have them start on the X, push one jump, hands and knees, and stay in that hand and knee position. Make sure when they land on their hands and knees that their fingers are facing forwards and that they're pushing their back up and our bum isn't touching our feet, just like we practiced on the crash mat last week. Another station or turn we're going to work on this week with our Tramp intros is doing 5 big controlled straight jumps with their arms glued on their ears the entire time, and then have them finish in a motorcycle. This week with both our Tramp intros and our inters, we're going to be working on our tuck, pike, and straddle jumps, making sure that they're getting into a nice tight shape in all of their shapes and finishing in a motorcycle. Our side station this week for both our Tramp intros and our inters is going to be a backdrop on the crash mat, jumping from 2 feet and finishing in an upside down table with straight legs, pointed toes, and fingers to the ceiling. Head on the mat. This week for our Tramp inters, we're going to be working on our hand and knee drop, so have them take 2 jumps on the X, landing in their nice hand and knee drop, and coming back up to their feet. Also this week for our Tramp inters, we're going to be working on doing 10 big straight jumps with arm circles that are nice and controlled, staying on the X, and you can have them finish in a motorcycle.